Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Today our story about Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, the one of the Sahabi who passed away in Istanbul. It was the old name Constantinople, the most important city at this time for Christians. When Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam immigrated to Medina, from Mecca to Medina, the people, they welcomed the Prophet Muhammad, and they take the camel of the Prophet Muhammad and say, "Prophet, stay with us until we build your house for you, and we have soldiers, have weapons, we are strong, and we have luxury life." And the Prophet Muhammad, his response, it was, "Leave the camel. It is under command. Allah ordered the camel to stay in some place. I will not control about the camel." And the Prophet Muhammad woke and found someone else taking the camel of the Prophet and said, "Prophet, stay with us until we build your house, and we are strong, we have weapons, and we have luxury life for you." And the Prophet, he said, "Leave the camel, it's under command." So that's happened until the camel stopped. Stopping where? At the house of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. So the people, they said, you are lucky, Abu Ayyub. Allah chose you from all these people in Medina to make the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam stay with you. When the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam go to the house of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, he has two floors. One floor, another floor. So Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, he said, "I will stay on the underfloor that's very close to the street and this, and the Prophet Muhammad, he will go to the up." But the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "What the hell? Why? Here it's better for me. If I was staying here, I'm very close to the street. The people, they come to me. The people, they want to leave. So it's easy for me." So Abu Ayyub al-Ansari accept this. At the night, one cold night, a gar of, that's Abu Ayyub al-Ansari say this, a gar of ours broke, and the water spilled on the upper floor. Ayyub, the wife of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, and I started staring at the water. We only had one piece of plank. We use it as a plank. We use it for mop up the water out of fear that it would seep through to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the morning, I went to him and said, "I don't like to be above you," and told him what had happened. He accepted my wish, and we changed floors. The Prophet accepted this just because he think that's now I make Abu Ayyub al-Ansari not feel good life, or he don't have good life. He think that now I am above the Prophet. I don't like this, so it's okay. So Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, he go to the first floor, and the Prophet Muhammad will go to the other floor. That's the first thing. The second situation. Now after this situation, the Prophet Muhammad, he built the Masjid al-Nabawi, and he built his house, and he went from Abu Ayyub al-Ansari to his house. Second situation is, one day in Medina, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq once left his house in the burning heat of the midday sun and went to the mosque. At this time, all the Arabs, they sleep at this time, taking a nap, something like this. But because feeling hungry, they can't sleep. You know, that's when if you are hungry and go to the kitchen, open the fridge, close the fridge, open the kitchen, close the kitchen, and you know what have, but just because you are hungry, you are trying to search about something. So that's happened with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Umar ibn al-Khattab saw him and asked, Abu Bakr, what has brought you out at this hour? Abu Bakr said he had left his house because he was terribly hungry. And Umar said that he had left his house for the same reason. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ come up to them and asked, what has brought the two of you out at this hour? They told him, and he said, by him in whose hands, this means like I swear of Allah, in my soul only hunger has caused me to come out also. But come with me. What? They went to the house of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. His wife opened the door and said, welcome to the Prophet and whoever is with him. Where is Abu Ayyub? Asked the Prophet. Abu Ayyub radiallahu anhu, who was working in a nearby palm grove, heard the Prophet ﷺ voice and come fast. Welcome to the Prophet and whoever is with him, he said, and went on. A Prophet of Allah, this is not the time that he usually come. And he gave him a goat, dates, water, bread. And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ start eat, and Abu Bakr as-Siddiq and Umar ibn al-Khattab. And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, he said what? He said, took a piece of meat and placed it in a loaf and said, Abu Ayyub, take this for Fatima, his daughter of the Prophet. Take this for Fatima. She has not tasted the like of this for days. They live in starvation. We don't have a lot of food, and we don't have enough food. And the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, after eating this, he said, by swear of Allah, Allah will ask you about what we are doing now, about this luxury life we are living, about this food we are eating. After Prophet Muhammad ﷺ passed away, Abu Ayyub, he didn't mess any battle with Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. And he fight with Abu Bakr as-Siddiq under his Khilafah. And he fight with Umar ibn al-Khattab under his Khilafah. Fight with Uthman ibn Affan. Fight with Ali ibn Abi Talib. Fight with Al-Hassan. Fight with Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan. All of these leaders. Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, he decided that's the time to send a strong army to Al-Qustantiniya. Qustantiniya, that's the capital city for Byzantine Emperor and the most important city at this time. No one of the Muslims can enter this city. Just the conqueror Muhammad from Ottoman Empire, just he's doing this. But now the first trying to conquer Constantinople. What happened? Abu Ayyub al-Ansari said, I want to fight with you. The people said, look at yourself, Abu Ayyub, you are older. Why you want to fight? And Allah said, it's okay for the people they can have ability or didn't have ability to fight to stay in their house. But Abu Ayyub al-Ansari said, Allah said, انفروا خفافا وثقالا. That's mean fight olders, fight youngers, fight, all the people fight. أبت علينا انفروا خفافا وثقالا. How I can hear انفروا خفافا وثقالا and I will not fight with Muslims army. So he come out with him. At the battle of Constantinople, he feel really sick, and at this time he said his advice for the Muslims. He said, convey my salams to the Muslim armies and say to them, Abu Ayyub urges you to penetrate deeply into the territory of the enemy as far as you can go, that you should carry him with you, and that you should bury me, that you should bury him under your feet at the walls of Constantinople. Then he breathed his last. The last earth Muslims people take it from Byzantine Emperor, very close to Constantinople walls. They make the tomb of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, and they put his body in very close to the walls of Constantinople. And then Muslims, they can't conquer Constantinople, so they return back. When they are decided to return back, because we can't conquer Constantinople, it is really hard. Byzantine Emperor, he said for the Muslim leaders, I know that one of the Sahaba, he's very close to your Prophet, passed away, and you put his body very close to my walls. Just leave, and I will take out his body, and I will cut it into pieces, and I will do bad things with his body. At this time, the leader of Muslims said, if you will do this, we will kill your soldiers from every Muslim's country, and we will destroy anything related to you. The people, they said, we found the king himself guarded the tomb of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, because maybe someone tried to do this, and he put people, just their job as security for the tomb of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. Now if you go to Istanbul one day, you will find his tomb as a sign of one of the Sahaba passed away in Istanbul. Between Mecca, Medina. Whoa, long distance. Like that, Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. We have a lot of things, we have a lot of lessons we can learn from his story.